The groans of a people whose ancestors were enslaved turned into music, peculiar movements of the body, trumping and trampling, the unmistakable images and sounds of revival. Revival is a syncretic Afro-Jamaican folk religion that was recognized after the Great Revival, which occurred in Jamaica between 1860 and 1861. It reflects Western Christian dogma that has been combined with Afro-Caribbean beliefs and practices as people sought to assert their own identity in post-emancipation Jamaica. Revival is organized and celebrated by bands comprising males, females, and children who come together in churches or yards to practice their religion through rituals and ceremonies, music and songs, dance, dress, and color symbolism. The male or female leader, captain and mother respectively, teach members how to communicate and interact with the spirit world while existing in the corporeal world. Many symbols and icons make up revival iconography, many of which show the importance of nature and the environment in the religious practice. Icons such as the Sibblejack, a symbol of authority, and the Croton, regarded as a symbol of African religion, are taken from plants and feature prominently among the many icons.
These are message flowers. So the Lord may said, give a piece of rose, whether green, red, or whatever it is, or a piece of Croton, as we call it. And if it's the will of God, but what God says, He says, and He never fails. He's always to His word. And I've seen a lot of people come here and these herbs help them in many, many different ways. Not only a day like today, but they will come normally to church and the spirit will be, someone may be sick, been to the doctor, no help. And the Lord, we said, give a drink of water. You consecrate it and give them, or a gooseberry. And they didn't know that that was really medicine, and they will get better.
Perhaps the most distinguishing symbols are the mostly brightly colored uniforms, which are complemented by turbans, the artistry of which is said to be divinely instructed. The most important space in revival is the seal, a consecrated liminal space for cleansing and invoking the ancestral voices. As morning breaks in Wat Town, St. Anne, Jamaica, revivalists from all across the island begin to converge on the community. It's another quarter, another pilgrimage to the religion's headquarters and Jerusalem's schoolroom, a time for thanksgiving, worship, and learning. Males, females, young and old make their way to the church on the hill, bearing gifts and a song of praise on their lips.
There's a seal at the bottom, which is called, they call that the 60 seal. It's written on it, Jerusalem schoolroom, because you come to learn.
Approach my soul at the mercy seat.
And at the top, there is that seal that you are taking around. I call it the entrance seal because that's how you enter. You go around the seals. You are taken around by senior leaders of the religion. And then from there, they move into the church. And they have quite a nice little service on the seal in the center, in the church.
The quarterly Wat Town celebrations ensure the tenets of the religion are passed on to the many younger members. Researchers, scholars, and students at all levels visit the site to observe and gather information.
My name is Bishop Rupert Bourne, And the name of my church is Zion Sacred Heart Christian Church. Its headquarters in Toronto, Canada. That's where it began 17 years ago. And the Lord allowed me to come back to Jamaica to also establish a ministry here. I've been a part of the Revival of Faith since I was 14 years old. Actually, my grandmother, I suppose I followed her footsteps. From 14, I got baptized. And I've stayed in the church ever since, going on, growing up. When I left from where I was baptized, I took up residence with my spiritual leader by the name of Bishop Dudley Reed.
Public performative representations of revival and street meetings also help to facilitate cultural understanding and knowledge transfer. A revival table is one of the most important ceremonies in the religion, used to mark important anniversaries such as the birth of leaders, living or dead, baptisms, ordinations, and for celebrations of success and health, among other reasons. It facilitates communion and communication with the spirits. The table is a temporary dining table upon which is placed an assortment of bottled alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, cooked and or baked foods, spices, fruits and nuts, medicinal and spiritual plants, and flowers, and the central icon, candles. The ceremony features singing, dancing, chanting, trumping, and the lighting of the candles. The food and drink are shared among the worshippers after the breaking of the table, the final part of the ceremony, and may be eaten or taken home. This table, held in February 2020, is in honor of the 109th birthday of deceased revival bishop and patriarch Malika Caparenos. A table was also organized in June 2020 to celebrate the life of former Prime Minister of Jamaica and strong proponent of revivalism, the Most Honorable Edward Seaga, upon his passing. He attended and participated in many revival ceremonies and rituals. Other rituals include baptism, healing ceremonies and ordinations used to promote members to leadership positions such as bishop.